What's up, everybody? It's your boy Vito right here with another video. Thank you for watching Hip Hop Up in Smoke. And don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Help me grow this channel. Help me be the next YouTube sensation. But without further ado, let's get into it. We talking about Drake and updates and give y'all a little background on the lawsuit and talk a little bit about Drake today. Let's do it. So I got the lawsuit pulled up here. Y'all can see. Yeah, we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna dig right into it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the Red Button song because I feel like Drake was really planning this way before the beef, during the beef, and right now after the beef. He been talking about how, you know, the industry been using bots and playing with numbers, and how he never hated, and he kind of touched on this on the Red Button song. So I got these lyrics right here highlighted, and I just want to just break them down. We're gonna talk about it and see what show y'all how Drake was already planning this. So he started off saying, "Radio is king again. Billboards got me regulated. Wanna make it fair for you. Numbers that I generated. Do right and kill everything." So you'll start right there. So we talk. He start off and saying, "Radio is king again. Billboards got me regulated." So if Drake is referring to the radio as being king, just take a minute and use common sense. Why is radio getting notified as king when we people that buy and love music, radio is not our number one source to get our music? We get our music from streaming. That's point blank period. Don't nobody even buy CDs, nothing no more. All our music is getting streamed. You barely listen to the radio. So why is radio getting king? Because radio is getting controlled by bots, and that's who push the popular songs. That's how people get paid, off the popular songs. And you only make it on Billboard when you when your song is getting played regularly through through the radio. So if your song is not on the radio, it's highly chance that you won't be on the billboards. And if it's not getting enough spins, you won't be hold that number one, number two spot without bots, because everybody using bots to push their songs. So that's what he's talking about here. Radio is king again. Billboards got me regulated. So he basically saying, like, if I'm not using bots on my song and other people is, I'm regulated on Billboard. I'm gonna stay at number 2, 3, 4, or 5, and when I won't hold them spots long because I don't use bots. So he say, but we know, come on, Drake, UMG used these same tricks and you knew about it. And that was the whole purpose behind this red button. And you keep noting that you got the red button. The red button is you knew about bot using just like everybody else, and now since you pissed off using that shit against it. Hey, I mean, get it bad. Why not? So let's go. I'll go back into it. My bad. So, radio is king again. Billboards got me regulated. Wanna make it fair for you. Numbers that I generated. So he basically saying, like, I do these numbers and they want to make it fair for you. So that's why they're using the billboards. Do right and kill everything. So that's like a hyphen for Drake name. Drake, do the D, right, R, and kill everything. But say the rest, man. So that's his hyphenated something he made up for his name. Do right and kill everything. People know the death awaited. Taylor Swift, the only nigga that I ever rated. Only one could make me drop the album just a little later. Rest of y'all I treat you like you never made it. Leave your labels devastated even when you pad the stats. Period. I never hated. So he's saying right here, leave your record labels devastated even when you pad the stats, period. I never hated. So even when you use these bots, I sat back and I played it cool. I ain't put it out there. I ain't let people know what was going on or none of that. So that's Drake red button right there is the bots, and he knowing that people use bots. So the reason Drake is suing Drake is suing UMG for promoting Not Like Us. And I'm gonna break it down a little bit. We gonna dip into it because this, like I said, this like a 30-page lawsuit, man. We ain't gonna cover all this in one video. So just to sum it all up in a nutshell. One reason is promoting Not Like Us and using bots to promote Not Like Us. Another reason Drake is suing UMG is for causing harm and knowing the risk. So basically, like, Drake had to sit down with UMG and he basically told him, hey, look, man, this is getting out of hand. I'm getting harassed. I'm getting threats. My house getting shot up and all this and that. And they continue to push the song. Not only did they push the song, they used the cover for Not Like Us was a bird's eye view of Drake's house. So he basically like, people get the low off my house just off the album, just off the song that y'all promote because y'all used the bird's eye view of my house to promote this song as the cover art. There was another one was he had harassment in there, basically saying like, this song, because of y'all promoted this song, we know the harassment, internet trolling, people calling him PDF. You got to think about anytime people seen Drake, especially in that year, they'll stop and yell, hey, PDF or A minor, or yelling at just, for likes and stuff like that. So he's suing them for that, for harassment. So before I give y'all the updates and I tell y'all what Drake and them want from this lawsuit, because everybody be talking about what the lawsuit is and Drake suing them, but nobody really talk about what he wants from out of the lawsuit. So I'm gonna read y'all the introduction to the lawsuit, and I want to point out just to show y'all the angle that Drake lawyers is taking with UMG. So say, in the middle of the night on May 7, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family reside. Drake was inside. The car stopped. In front of the residence, someone yelled, "Fuck Drake!" And at least one gunman began to open fire. One bullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Other bullets struck and wounded a security guard who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. During the nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and other laborers to keep the man alive by applying pressure to the gunshot wound with towels. Blood was everywhere. After the security guard arrived at the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the bullet, stop the bleeding, and save his life. Though it took days for the condition to stabilize, thankfully the security guard was survived. The next day, May 8th. So they showing y'all like how this is the next day. This happened May 7th. This is the very next day. The very next day, May 8th, 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enter Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's home security guards caught him before he was able to cause physical harm, although the trespassers managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake. before being escorted off the property. So that again, remember I said that he's also suing for harassment. This is showing right here that somebody broke into my house and yelled racist slurs to me while my son could be here, family be here, they hear this. So then the very next day again, on May 9th, 2024, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. In the 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like this events had ever happened to him or his family. So, and I just want to show y'all that, like, what they was pointing out. Basically, they was just saying, like, look, all these events happen. This is a harassment. Like I said, they suing for harassment. They suing for knowing that pushing this song and using my house as a cover art for the song. And I told y'all, sat down and told y'all, hey, this is causing harm. This is going on. And then right after that, all these events happen. It's showing, hey, look, man, this is real. One of my security guard and my friend, which is my friend, got shot behind this. So this is real. So that's why Drake is taking this seriously. And I feel like, why not? It's not like he's suing Kendrick. He's suing UMG, the record label, because back in the day, let's just give y'all a history lesson. Back in the day, labels didn't get in between beef. You had people like Suge Knight and Diddy that was, trying to be what they had the East Coast, West Coast, Big and Pop. But at the end of the day, that stayed between Big and Pop. Ain't nobody use all these powers and these hidden doors and all this stuff to push songs and make them bigger than what it is to make the. No, that wasn't it. So I feel Drake on not suing Kendrick, but me personally, I wouldn't did it. I understand why he did it, but me, if I was Drake, I wouldn't did it just because I know how people would have looked at it. But he getting it back, and like Jim Jones said before, and when he backed up Drake, he made perfectly sense. We can't talk about what we would do and what we wouldn't do if we ain't never sat in these rooms. They talking about a big bag here. Like, and that's the thing people gotta understand. This is a big bag that they talking about. This is like not no couple, 2, 3, 4 million. We talking about 600-700, almost $500 million. So if a person, we finesse all day in the hood. If we find a way to get a bag, we gonna get that bag. So I don't blame Drake on this. If he can come out on top and get all this stuff that he want from this lawsuit, I say it's a win. So like I was saying, what Drake want from what he want to come from this lawsuit. So first and foremost, he want the bag. He want the money that Not Like Us have made, because hey, at the end of the day, they made that money off his back. So how big that song was, he definitely got a bag coming. So definitely he's suing for the bag. Secondly, he's suing for UMG can't. I don't care what it is, an interview, nothing. They can't speak about how big the song Not Like Us was or is, because UMG using bots is is not really showing how big the song really was. Because if he didn't use bots, we would have been listening to Not Like Us. Me personally, I probably would have, but I probably wouldn't have listened to it as many times. But I definitely would have listened to it because it's a hot song. So not only UMG can't talk about how big Not Like Us is, he also want UMG to pay for all his lawyer fees. He done already spent $75,000 just trying to summon the guy Kojo, the bot man. He spent $75,000 just trying to summon him and get him down. So ain't no telling how much he done already spent. So that's one of the things he want UMG to pay for his lawyer fees. Then not only the lawyer fees, he want UMG to pay for what it cost him to even start and file this lawsuit. So I ain't gonna lie, Drake going for the juggler with this one. He wanted all, so it's looking like Drake looking like almost close to $700 million, roughly ballpark. And like I said, we don't know the exact number, but I know he just had to deal with UMG, and it was like about 500 million. So I could see Drake even going for the Billy or 700-800 million. And like I said, this ain't no little money. This is big money that they talking about, and that's going on. So I don't know. Like I said, we don't know the numbers, but we know Drake going after the big bag. And y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. Do y'all think Drake bogus? Because after finding out this little information about the lawsuit, giving the background on it, and knowing that he's not suing Kendrick, and that he's actually going out the label to get a big bag, do y'all feel that? Or do y'all still say that shit ass? Holla at your boy. It's your boy Vito Ray. Again, thank you for watching Hip Hop Up in Smoke. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. And again, thank you for watching. And do not forget to hit that notification button for you to be notified every time we drop new heat. It's your boy signing out. Holla.